Oh, we're live. Welcome back, everyone, to the Rangers Fans channel. Me and Ben will be going over Rangers Maribor, and I think Ben's going to introduce it.
Okay, so Blair, you did very well. So the match ended 0-0, which of course means that it's 3-1 on aggregate. All three goals coming at Ibrox. Blair, how crucial was that performance? Steven Gerrard didn't go for the win. He went for the draw and the overall aggregate win. How did it feel to watch us play frustrating football in the first half, but overall secure the playoff match against UFA in Russia?
I don't think it was. It was frustrating in a sense, but I think I wasn't expecting Rangers to score, if I'm being honest. I think people expect at least a goal, maybe two. But I'm happy with the draw. I think it was frustrating in the sense that we wanted them to score, but they went there and managed the game. So I'm happy with it.
And I'll tell you what, we had a 12th and 13th man in the man himself, Alan McGregor. Let's just cut the crap. Let's go straight into Alan McGregor. What a fucking player. Penalty save, crucial save. And I'll tell you what really kept us in the game with McGregor was his movement and his ability to come out and go towards the ball and use his leg to block it. And that type of keeping you see in the top keepers. But Alan McGregor saved us, man.
I think Tom Miller summed it up in the commentary. Said that we knew what we were getting when we were signing Alan McGregor, but I think he's proven tonight that he's now the fully rounded goalkeeper that we all knew he could be. Just top drawer, no messing around. I think having an organised backline helps any goalkeeper, but when you have a top class goalkeeper, an organised backline, they play off each other. And I think tonight, they were in tandem with each other. Even when the penalty was given away, you would have full confidence in the keeper to save it. And yeah, it was just a top class performance, wasn't it?
The guy next to me, what was his name? I can't remember. It begins with an A. He literally goes, "That's all right, mate. Don't worry about this. McGregor's about to save it." Of course, we were both half cut at the time, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not? He is." Literally, as soon as he kicks the ball, you can just tell McGregor's gone the right way, man. What an absolute keeper he is. And Goldson, when the keeper was given away, Goldson started laughing. So yet another penalty in a Rangers game. Was it a penalty, Blair?
No. I think the bottom line is, I think it looked like a penalty, but I think the contact was minimal, if there was any. Looking for the angle the referee seen that, it looked like there was a trailing leg, so he's going to give it, but I don't genuinely think it was a penalty.
I mean, if I was a referee, I'm never one to sit in front of the camera and lie. I personally would have given a penalty as well.
Yeah, I think the trailing leg gave it away.
The replay, it was quite revealing. But to me, still, even if I had that slight VAR as I had in the World Cup, I looked at that once over and thought, yeah, it's a penalty. I don't really need to look at it. But the closer you get, the more you think, actually, hold on a minute, Goldson really did not do anything wrong there whatsoever. But it's the way that football works, and it turns out that it wasn't a penalty scored. Now, Alfredo Morelos was offside, so it wasn't the biggest injustice that he missed in the first half, but could have been an easy tap-in. And the linesman didn't see that he was offside. So, what do you think about Alfredo Morelos' finishing?
I think it's been a main topic conversation about Morelos for a while. His composure in front of goal. I think every time there's a shot on goal, you expect that to go wide or just to sneak in. And even I think with the offside goal at home, when it was squared to Bucandias, that looked like it wasn't going to go in the way he sort of approached the ball and it sort of tumbled into the back of the net. But I don't know, it was a half. I wouldn't say it was a half chance. I think, again, it's just down to composure, isn't it?
Right. I think when it comes to composure, it's something that Morelos has for the hard angles, but just not for the easy ones. When it comes to the tap-ins, he just doesn't have that Chris Boyd ability. He doesn't know where the back of the net is. But when it comes to the hard angles, he's got it. And I tell you what, Morelos, let's credit him here. In the most recent goal that he scored, complete composure, didn't look worried whatsoever, slots it past the keeper, not the best shot, still goes in. Mm-hmm. And that pass today to Jamie Murphy in the second half, that was sensational. Unfortunately, Jamie Murphy decided to bang it with his right foot without even looking up instead of potentially taking on the defender, cutting inside, and then giving it a slight finesse shot with the left peg. Overall, I think Morelos showed fantastic game today. Pace, strength, passing.
I think he led the line well, but it's another point to make that we don't really have someone who can. We've got Morelos who can carry the ball, but I mean, you think back to the Walter Smith Europa League run. I know it's some comparison, but we had those players that could not only travel with the ball, i.e. Whitakers or the Darcyvilles, but could penetrate a defence.
We're off air.
No, we're not.
We are. It says off air on mine.
It stays live on mine.
I'll go with what yours says. If all that's wasted, then of course we can go through it again. But yeah, I mean, do you know what? Today, Ryan Kent came on. The first time I thought he didn't have an impact. What did you think about Ryan Kent?
Again, he just took the ball forward and he made it sort of like, easy. I'm just checking the stream just now to see if it's definitely online.
Keep speaking.
Yeah, so yeah, he did. He came on, he added energy to the front line. I think he made sure that the ball stuck up front for the majority of the second half, and he did come on. But yeah, I don't know if we actually are online. Are we online? I see people are watching, but I'm wondering if they're just watching me and not you.
Rangers fans channel, everyone, leading the line.
Top notch. Oh
in
my
case
God.
people are still watching, Ryan Kent is someone that I'm very, very supportive of.
Yeah.
Direct attacking football. Like, if you looked at people like Josh Windass, something that he had really good for him was just running at players, and eventually he kind of up and pass the ball to the side and run without the ball. But Ryan Kent is not scared to get injured. He's not scared to put that ball in. He's not scared to run at the man, and that is just what we need. The commentators call him an old-fashioned footballer, and I, slightly agree. But at the same time, fantastic style of play, and it just suits any team that he'd be dropped into. I honestly think he's class. Him and Koulibaly, for me, should be our first targets for next season.
Yeah, we're definitely on because your face is here, so definitely here. No, I agree what you're saying. I think the main frustration with Rangers fans just now is, with the players like Ajari and Kent, is they're inexperienced. And at times in the game where you need that little bit more composure, although they've been given a lot for their age, it's just been a bit of frustration recently. But they're doing a job so far. I mean, we're into the playoffs to the Europa League. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've always seen positivity within Ovi Ajaria, but this game, again, he's made his mistakes that I do think he's going to learn from. I think he's a very positive player that loves the ball at his feet, just what we need. But, giving the ball away in our half, just in front of our defence, very silly stuff. Don't try and do a cheeky spin, a cheeky turn. Just get the ball away and run forward. But, have to say, from a couple of corners, Ajaria's physicality and his height really came into play when it came to the ball. Yeah. So let's give him credit for that. We have to, whilst we, of course, Rangers fans have a full right, and fans all across the globe, of course, it's a full right to discredit players and give their critique credit where it's due. And his defending from corners tonight was spectacular.
Yeah, another point I want to make is the back four, as I already touched upon earlier. You see players like Katic, who is 21? I mean, there was a period of play where he just sort of chipped the ball up to the player in front, and there was a little link up in the midfield before it went through to the forwards. And things like that, I mean, it's chalk and cheese from last season. You wouldn't think a Rangers defender was capable of passing the ball last season, never mind, being able to defend. So, just brilliant.
Katic face with those passes tonight, because the last game, one of my critiques of him was that he didn't have great long passing, and also when he joined, he said he wasn't about that. He wasn't about going forward and pumping the ball out. He was all about defending, and I love that. But he's really improving with his passing, and I think Katic made a mistake in the first half. He lunged in, the player runs past him, and Goldson sees that Katic had lunged in. He thought, okay, if I lunge in as well, then that's us. We're two men down, and it's likely that they're going to score. Goldson stayed strong. He jockeyed his man, and he ended up spiking the player up. McGregor saves the ball, and this is the kind of thing that we've missed. We've lacked these players with a defensively composed mind. Goldson more so than Katic, but Katic, let's not forget, is a fantastic quality player, and if anyone that is a favourite for Gerrard in the team, it's got to be Katic, surely.
Again, the worry has got to be is who comes in if there's an injury or if there's rotation needed. It is something we need to look at as going into the latter half of the transfer window. But so far so good. It's only going to get better, I'd imagine.
Completely agree. I think Ryan Jack today. Do you know what? Before we go into Jack, the first half, I think, as a fan who tries to stay level-headed, I think it's fair to say that the first half was Maribor's. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it was tight in the middle of the park, and I think because Rangers had all the bodies in the middle of the park, it sort of made it a game where we needed to get the ball down and make it stick. With players like Morelos being able to hold the ball up, Murphy and Candice running beyond them. And we've sort of done that. I mean, there was periods, obviously, as there is in any game away from home in Europe, you're going to be under the cosh for large periods, but I think the game plan worked. It was at times Maribor were all over us, but we never looked that uncomfortable. We never looked like we were ready, we were going to concede. Even up until the penalty, all the way through, we looked pretty comfortable in my opinion.
I agree, we did. I think Ryan Jack today had a bit of a struggle when he came into the game. He was being
a lot of people say they looked a bit rusty.
He did look rusty, but I mean, you know, he got fucking driven into the back of him by Stevie May. Yeah, he had to go to hospital, bless him.
I mean, he comes back in, first game back, you know, European away tie, crucial to get through the playoffs. Give him 20 minutes to get up to speed, and he just struggled the rest of the game. Was there at the back, was there at the front, he was everywhere in between, and you know, he did a big job tonight. And I think we didn't miss Koulibaly as much because Ryan Jack stepped up and you know, made himself count when it mattered.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we were a Koulibaly away from getting a goal.
Yeah.
In the first half, it was Koulibaly that we missed. His pace, the fact that he's always there, like N'Golo Kante, he's covering. He can read the play, intercept, and I think that sort of breakdown, that crucial defensive structure, the backbone to the team we needed in Koulibaly wasn't there. But I was thoroughly encouraged when Ross McCrory came on. I would love to see this guy play day in, day out for us. I'd love to see him in the future become our captain as well. I'm sure it's within him. Such a lovely guy as well. Such a lovely, lovely guy.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look through these YouTube comments here. My page is messed up. I'm just, give me a second. I'm trying to see if I can get it loaded up.
How many people are watching just now?
According to this, around 50, just 50 on the dot.
50? That's pretty decent.
Yeah. Don't want to hear myself.
Whilst Blair loads up these comments, I think another important thing to note is the fact that they dropped in, played in the team. He made a couple of crucial interceptions, and on the whole, I was impressed with him. There was a couple of times during the match, though, when Maribor were on the attack, Andy Halliday, I was screaming at him, stay with the man. He was looking at the ball, running, letting the man drift wide, and if Maribor played that crucial, that hard-driven pass, I'm sure it led to a goal.
Again, I mean, chances were few and far between. I mean, just a few times where we thought tonight that we were going to score or nick a goal, and especially towards the end. That talking about, I don't know, who was that now? Ran through, it was Goldson. Had a little jaunt upfield, didn't he, towards the end?
He always does as well. He likes to run up there, doesn't he?
Yeah, and we all thought, we're going to nick a goal here and it'll just stop off a great performance. Didn't do it, but hey ho, that some performance from the back four as well. So,
in 7 attempts, I believe Scottish teams have failed to knock Maribor out of European competitions, and I believe we are the first team to do so. They recently knocked Celtic out, whilst they had the same keeper, of course, Handanovic, and before that, they knocked Aberdeen out. So, some very encouraging signs from us winning tonight. Also, I believe that AEK Athens are way below Maribor in the UEFA World Rankings.
Yeah, I think it was something like at least 20 or 30, 40 places or something like that.
I think it's about 50.
Yeah, it's approaching 60, I think. It was quite...
One up me, I'll see.
Yeah, I think it was quite ridiculous. I've seen a tweet. I think it was about 60 places.
Got the comments up?
They are, yeah. A good reaction so far to the stream. Scott AUK says, we played well, compact, put ourselves under pressure with a slightly defensive tactics, but that's what was needed. David Boyce says, played the way away teams in Europe should play. Great stuff. Let's see. RK Glasgow says, Bobby had a dream to start a hunger team. Not chips, not even a ball. No idea.
We can't be allowing that in the chat.
Absolutely not.
God, and I can't help. You know, I'm half at the moment.
We're going to remove that. That's not cool.
Of course, I was laughing at Blair's specs, not that comment.
This is big. Everyone's got to remember Steven Gerrard taking us places. It's definitely happening. I think the overall feeling is that people aren't wanting to get carried away. I think we learned that from the Matt Warburton era. And I know there's like 12 and cheese and that sort of comparison, but we sort of wanted to hold back after all that happened. And I think the overall message, including the Rangers TV recently, has just been we need to just chill out, take it easy, you know. But yeah, it's been great so far.
And is that all the comments read?
There's plenty more.
Keep reading. How many comments we had in total, does it say?
I don't know. Blue Jester 271 says,
"This is who I'm learning from," and he doesn't have a clue.
What I liked about us is if we wanted to have a goal, we could. I feel like the gaffer wanted to show the team would cope sitting back and absorbing the pressure that's going to happen in the future. I think, I mean, again, I think we went with a game plan and we've executed that game plan to a T. And I think it's true, if we did want to push forward, we would have done, but we never looked uncomfortable at any moment in the game. So we've come away with a really, really good result here. And I think we should carry us into the following weeks with the momentum and confidence that this game would have probably gave the players as well, not only the fans, but I mean, take it into who do we play? Is it who do we play this weekend? Is it? It's in the cup, isn't it?
Come on.
It's a command. Yeah, it is command. Yeah. And again, it's just taking it in its game, isn't it?
So this player. Keep reading out the comments. Let's see what people have got to say.
I'm making Shane Brown, and a moderator for your channel. So I've modded. So he's got a little. He's got a little trial moderating the chat.
We've moderated someone in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's get a big Rangers fans channel. Is going the heights at this point in time. We've
got a moderator. Let's see what else someone says. We've got to beat this Russian mob now.
Yep.
Didn't watch the game, but Ryan Jack played well. So
good news is, of course, that we are playing them away first. So we got the Old Firm coming up early September. Our last game against UFA, whether we win, lose, or not really draw, is in late August. So if we were to be travelling from Russia all the way back to Scotland to then play the Old Firm, it would not have played into our cards, our hands whatsoever. But luckily, we're playing them away first. Also, it does take the pressure off having the home tie in the second leg, really.
Yeah.
As, you really got to perform. And I thought Maribor were going to get a goal against us today. Let's not get that wrong. I mean, they were pushing the whole of the first half. And what's the name of their player?
Tavares.
Versovic? Vovic? Who is it?
I don't know. Is it not Tavares? He's a 34-year-old striker. I missed the penalty.
Versovic or something like that.
There's a lot of them that were like...
They all sound the same. Do you know what?
Yeah. But I mean... Again, just touch upon the whole atmosphere as well. The fans, missiles being thrown. I think there was one point there was packaging tape thrown at McGregor, and that's just going to count against them when it comes to getting reported to UEFA as well. So there's a few incidents tonight that were quite ugly. But
yes, there were fights before the game.
Yeah.
Then again, I think you're always going to get your two sets of fans from both teams, no matter how friendly you are with one another, that are going to be up for it, really. And you look at the Maribor police, they were what we call in England, they were level 2 public order ready. They had armour on their shoulders, armour on their arms, and they look like Robocops. Have you seen the video in Northern Ireland, by the way?
Yeah, there was a few tweets and articles put up before the game that was a lot of trouble. That's what it is, isn't it? I suppose wherever Rangers go, there's going to be criticism and they're under scrutiny if the slightest movement. I don't think there's much in it, to be honest, unless there is evidence to support the fact that they've been naughty. But
I mean, it happens. I mean, we're not denying it happens, but we just don't know what happened as of yet. So the authorities that be deal with that. Blair, what else do you have, or what else do we have to add to this video at this point in time?
A new moderator, Shane, says Morelos for 8 million. The French can afford it if they got 40 million. I have no idea what is in reference to there.
I feel like if Shane is going to be our moderator, we need to at least buy him a pint at the Rangers game that we go to. He's doing us there. When did this happen, by the way? When did you make someone a moderator?
He asked me to be a moderator just now. I just made him one.
Cheers, Shane.
John Reid says, to be honest, we should bring It's Coming Home back for the Scottish Prem because we know it's going to be 55.
Did you say John Reid?
Yeah.
If that's John Reid, of whom the Celtic fan... So there was a Celtic fan who threw a banger into the Rangers crowd, and it was right next to me. I saw it happen. There was a young kid who was called John Reid, and his dad is also called John Reid. And I got into contact with them and ended up managing somehow to get them sent a signed picture of Andy Halliday from Andy Halliday himself. Now, John Reid is a really, really, really lovely guy. If that's him, if it's not, probably still a nice guy. But John as an update, his son now will not go to Rangers Celtic games and probably won't go for a while. And I'm not sure about you, but that does deeply upset me because what an experience. What an experience.
Shane Brown just corrected me saying they sold Malcolm for 40 million, remember, to Barcelona. Bordeaux. So, yeah. I mean, they should ask other clubs that recently have got £400 million in the bank. I'm pretty sure they can get a loan as well. So, yeah. And I think Uncle Juicy TV, I have no idea what that's all about, but Celtic dropping down means we are away second match, I think. Can anyone confirm this, please? Celtic might be away to Lithuania, so not far from Russia. The Right Honourable Reverend Ian Paisley MP.
Oh, I know. He follows us on Twitter.
Cartage is magnificent. East Enclosure 107 says, home first, just had email from Rangers. So we go. It's the latest so far. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? We've just got to, take it week by week. I think no one was.
Oh, I'm just delighted. I think the fact that Steven Gerrard era is fantastic. Now, me and my family were discussing recently our little tactic. What we're going to do is, should we encounter Celtic fans, is say something like, man for man, Celtic are still the greater team. And I tell you what, we're dreading coming up against Celtic. Whereas inside, we're confident we know that's not true. Because if we hype them up, they will fall so much harder. And look at how they're reacting to one another. Do you know what? It's the first time, Blair, that me and you on Rangers Fans Channel have ever posted about Celtic.
That's true, yeah. I mean,
after us for 6 years.
I think, the entirety of this channel has just been us going, I can't believe we just conceded this goal. That's terrible performance. This defensive performance is terrible. We've just been knocked out of this. We've just been beaten 5-0. We've been knocked out of Europe.
That's it, yeah. Oh, by the way, here's a few interviews.
Yeah, and then we'll just go in and interview some old people that have played for Rangers in the past to relive some old memories.
Hey, Lee McCulloch is not old. That's my favourite player right there. Man.
Because our current team aren't that great, so we'll just go in and interview the ex-pros.
Talk about the big boys, yeah. Speaking of which, we've got interviews to be released to our Facebook page, which will be the Lee McCulloch interview part 2. Part 3 is still yet to air on our YouTube channel. Then it will go on Facebook. Colin Hendry interview, that's a whole 5-minute interview. And then, of course, John McDonald. What a lovely man he is. And I cannot wait to publish that interview. Yeah. That is a big one.
John Reid did say it's not him, by the way. I don't know.
Well, John, nice to meet you, mate. Cheers for commenting.
But yeah.
REID?
It says RX. It's JXHN who's put as his first name, so I'm taking the X in it, and then it's REID.
Yeah, well, I thought it was.
But yeah, so
asking if it was in, because I've done that as well.
Yeah, so my laptop's legit on 13%, and I've come up with a charger.
Blair, what should people do with Rangers Fans Channel?
What should people do? Like, subscribe, and comment. Always.
Subscribe and comment. And of course, if you're a fan of Blair, then Blair will leave his description. His, in fact, Instagram page in the description down below. It's at Blair Gibson Designs on Twitter, or it's the Rangers Standard on Instagram, if I'm right.
Yeah, more content coming out. New intro as well soon.
New intro, yes. This intro is something we're excited about. It's all our best moments with him.
Yeah.
We're really looking forward to that. And of course, Blair, we can now announce as well that there is, I've been messaging on Facebook, there's going to be a collaboration with CJ and Over 902. Now, I'm hoping to tie him down to a weekly show. I just don't think that's going to happen.
To your contract. Your loan.
To tie him down, not on loan, you prick. But Gary Burrell, there's another bear. I'm going to leave his description in the link below to his YouTube channel. Please head over and subscribe to him. He's going to hit 1,000 subs really, really soon. Great Scottish bear, fantastic at doing YouTube videos, and his reactions are just proper, heartfelt and passionate. So please, when I leave it in the description, subscribe to Gary Burrell, who's a top boy.
Cool. We'll wrap up there, right?
Am I pronouncing his name right? Burrell, or is it Burrell?
Burrell.
Oh, well, one of them.
Right, sound.
Right, can I put trousers on now?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Stop the broadcast. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Well, we actually not a bet.
Never know.